On November 27th, 2023, it was a Monday, I had gone in early before a marketing class to meet with one student to help her on her presentation. It was just an ordinary day, and I had no idea how that day my life would change in the most radical way that I could never have imagined. But there on November 27th in the morning, I was meeting her and just helping her out before I think her presentation was the same day. I loved the classroom. Everything wasn't perfect. There were a lot of grading scandals, a lot of issues with lecturers who just would use test banks that the publishers wrote. They were all full of just rote memorization questions, and the students always had the answer keys. And my point at faculty meetings was if you're just memorizing the answers at best or copying them off another computer at worst, that's not learning. That's just learning how to transcribe data and how to find cheating sites. And the University of Guelph was starting to get called Test Bank U because if you have an answer key, that ain't learning. That's just killing time. I had complained to the AVP for years, and he'd never done anything. And after what happened that day, and I never knew why, and really still don't, but I never thought they'd go for that type of retribution. Or was that the reason? Was it that I stood up for Israel? Still not sure. My late father just passed away recently. He had been a well published professor, and he believed in learning, and I believed in learning, and I was my father's son. Maybe it was that the vice provost, a woman I had never really met, didn't like me saying that the university should do more than just make academic gears turn and never touch the ground, more than just run classes for a half hour, giving high averages. I thought that learning involved friction, and it wasn't just collecting tuition and putting students in front of a professor who read PowerPoints. Sorry, radical stuff, I know, but I've been fighting this battle for years. So, if it wasn't that, was it related to my recent warning? An ex student who I never had a problem with, who actually was a very good student, was reputed to be leading a mob online. Of course, nobody will talk to face anymore because that takes courage. But they were all huffy because I called Hamas, a designated terrorist group, Nazis when some idiot on LinkedIn called for the destruction of Israel. I've been watching videos of what happened on October 7th. I have teenagers. I wasn't very happy about it. And I'll give no apology for going off on some guy calling for the death of 9 million. It just rubs me the wrong way. But that dreaded military machine, the Instagram defamation group, was coming after me. But I really wasn't concerned. I thought they were just being, TikTok educated children. I had free speech. I thought that. But when feelings are hurt, free speech is deactivated. It's a rule I didn't know. It's the 2024 U of Guelph rule. But my ex student I mentioned said he wasn't involved. He lied. Turns out he initiated a process that would, and has, evolved into a vicious workplace attack, about 50 against one that has certainly cost hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxpayer money while people line up at food banks. One that involved many school lawyers, one wild eyed head of security, as far as I can tell, head security guard, who thought they could kick me off campus because I hurt the feelings of some prof and his followers, someone who loved dictators. I'm talking about the prof, not the security guard. And this guy hated the West, and he went from calling Hamas Nazis. He crossed some rickety bridge of not made of logic, that's for sure, to call me essentially a pedo, violent, accuse me of criminal actions, or repeat the defamations of others, and who, without evidence, of course, used that word that is the scariest word in the English language, apparently racism. Because the key to existence is making sure that nobody ever calls you a racist. But I hadn't mentioned race or religion. I called a designated terrorist group Nazis. And their founder himself, a guy named Ilbana, had called himself Fuhrer, which sounds pretty Nazi-ish. So I was historically accurate. But I discovered that if you're part of the official Human Rights Victim Club, you can defame to your heart's content. You can't be charged with defamation if you make a human rights claim. I was so naive. I never thought the vice provost, the top dog in the uni, would align herself with someone who turned out to be a radical anti Semite. Yes, because I called Hamas Nazis. It's 9 months later, and I'm still in the same situation, still suspended. And because staff, faculty, and management protected not student defamers, but staff and faculty defamers who didn't like my politics, that all of this had led me to the waiting room of the KMH, CMH, the mental health place, and a PTSD diagnosis. So let's start here. What is an anti Semite? Let's make a baseline because some university hired officials seem to imply that Hamas was not. I asked them if they considered Hamas anti Semitic. And then I asked, well, was Hitler anti Semitic? I didn't get a response, just trying to establish common ground. But I don't know, maybe some petty tyrant isn't going to approve of this post. Oh no. Because they told me I'm not allowed to do almost anything.
Hi, my name is Manoj Fernando. I'm from the business program at Guelph. I'd like to give a shout out to Paul Finlayson for always inspiring our class and having fun and activities planned out.
Hi, my name is Rayshawn.
So my name is Sakin Abbas. I'm a first year business student at the University of Guelph. I want to give a shout out to probably Paul Finlayson. He's a great prof. Like kept us on track with everything. He's very down to earth. It's like a student connection there. And same goes for like Hang Lai and Thomas Ford.
Hello, my name is Jasper Pablo. I'm a second year business student. I want to give a huge shout out to Paul Finlayson. He's my marketing advertising prof. Just a very funny guy, and he really helps the students out a lot. So I'm pretty sure if he's in his office right now, I can go to him and just chill out and just ask a few questions. He's always willing to help and just be there for the students, which is really great about him. And I've had him for 3 of my courses so far.
Because they told me I'm not allowed to do almost anything. They seem to sort of invent rules on the fly. I didn't know an employment contract with a university actually sent you to North Korea because that's the type of free speech policy they have here. But, anyways, I'm a free man. I live in Canada. I'm allowed to condemn terrorists. And if it hurts your feelings or anyone's feelings, I think they should buy tissues, hug the dog, watch The View, or go to the gym. I should probably do the latter. But it seems like the vice provost, my accusers, and their little gang, they don't just want to destroy and get me fired. I've seen that in writing. They want my reputation trashed, my entire academic legacy destroyed, and I think they want me to quiver and shake as I meekly box up my office and leave with some security guard pushing me out the door. The main defamer and slanderer is, and probably still is, a staff member called Vashti Baggett. I had 5 people contact me and tell me that she was pulling people aside and ripping through 4 essential lies that have caused me many sleepless nights, lost friends because they believed her, and significant anxiety. But I'm fighting back. Knock me down 1,000 times, I'll get up 1,000. And these people knocking me down, they seem to have never read their own free speech policy. 9 months. When the university began accusing me of criminal acts that I don't know where they came from. They made them up. And then they denigrated my entire academic career, the one thing in life I've liked and thought I was good at. I had great reviews, published 5 texts, worked for publishers and other projects, enjoyed being the chill prof and having good rapport with students. When all this happened and I discovered it meant nothing, it hurt. It meant nothing because I called Hamas Nazis. Because I equated Nazis with Hamas and said I stood with Israel, I was banished. Old school Roman style, banned, cut off. The other day, I went on campus to collect my late father's will in my office, and I got a letter from a lawyer next day, or maybe it was the head security guard, I can't remember. But they said if I went on campus again, they'd call the police because that was.
Food restaurant, what can I get you? Why do you have watermelon in this menu? This is so offensive. Oh, I see. You are, how do you call yourself? Colonist. No, expansionist? Opportunist. Extortionist? Extremist? Satanist? No. Zionist. I'm so sorry I don't speak very fluent genocidal language. It must be very frustrating to be a Zionist and to like watermelon nowadays, no? Do you think we care that you took the watermelon symbol? Oh, of course you don't mind. You only take their country. And food, and traditions.
For Israel, but the Guelph said no. You've got to go. We're done with you, but I'll stand my ground. I won't back down. I'll stand my ground. I won't back down. I'll stand my ground. The bees unload and come back hard. Come back strong. Come back strong. You're coming for me, I'm coming for you. So take your best swing. I'll stand my ground, I won't back down. I'll stand my ground with knees unbound. Oh, bound. I said I stood for Israel, but the you said no, no, no. You've got to go. We're done with you, but I'll stand my ground. I won't back down. I stand my ground. I won't back down. I stand my ground. The bees unload and come back hard, and come back strong, and come back strong. I'm allowed to speak. You're coming for me, I'm coming for you. So take your best swing. I'll stand my ground. I won't back down. I'll stand my